Okay, so it's time to start. Bună dimineața and good morning for our on-site and online person that joined to this event. I am Cristina Barbaroc and I will just start this session. So don't worry, we have people that have experience in cybersecurity will share their knowledge with you. I'm just going to say the part of administrative side of this event. So we are going to record it. If you are online, please turn off your camera if you are not okay with this. For the on-site, you are very small, so no worries related to this part. On the screen, you see the agenda, but we have a few switches. So Mr. Dinu Țucanu wasn't able to join us today, but we have Mr. Marius Dumitrașcu from Cybercore, and he will discuss something related to how the students enjoy some opportunities at Cybercore. Afterwards, we have the keynote speaker, just as Mr. Marius, Ioana Călărașu, who couldn't join us on site. Her flight got canceled, so she will join us online. We will see if she will be able to join in the time mentioned. If not, we will switch a little bit the presentations. Afterwards, we have two very interesting presentations related on cybersecurity from Mr. Kenneth Lin and Sebastian Sturmi. So more or less this is it. I want to introduce the moderator of today's session, our colleague, Professor Kumar Adash. So if you can say hello, it would be great.
Hello everyone.
Okay, and right now I will allow you to start your job, but I will introduce the speakers since some things in the agenda have switched. So, Mr. Marius, are you ready?
Please. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I hope we won't be very boring. Sorry, I'm not used to speak this kind of microphones. My name is Marius Dumitrașcu. I am head of research, training, and partnerships at Cybercore in Republic of Moldova. I would like to share with you today about our experience in the cybersecurity area. First of all, I would like to start, maybe you don't know, but Republic of Moldova in the last 15 years was in a very good digitalization process, and I like to think that they are even better than Estonia in most of the digitalization areas. And around 1 year ago, we started this institute for research and innovation in cybersecurity, which is inside the Technical University of Moldova. The purpose of this institute is to help students to learn beyond the academic curricula and have a hands-on experience with the real life challenges, technologies, and in the process we like to try to help shorten the learning curve that the students that are going to work in private companies or public companies to have a better experience to start with. In this process, we have been organizing a series of workshops and internships and programs in collaboration with the cybersecurity institutions in Republic of Moldova. For example, this summer we had an internship with students from the technical university that they have been working within the cyber core, but they have been working on projects that were developed by the National Cybersecurity Agency. In these processes, the students had the opportunity to work with real threats, real technologies, technologies that were provided by partners, like, for example, Fortinet and Palo Alto, Cisco. And also, we have been helping them to configure, to install open source technologies, which we think helps the students to figure out more in depth about cybersecurity technologies. Please help me.
No problem.
We can move a little bit forward. As I said, we like 1 year ago, we realized that there is something. We realized that there is, like everywhere in the world, there is a shortage of specialists and skills in cybersecurity. The problem in Moldova was that the market for cybersecurity was too small. It was like chicken and egg. The companies were doing this kind of the services with companies from outside Europe or other areas, and because of this, students and the future specialists couldn't see what they are heading to. And we have been started to work with private companies and, as I said, public companies like National Cybersecurity Agency. We have been starting to explore projects and to give the students the opportunity to see what they are heading to, and the companies realized how they can prepare their specialists to help them in what they have to do afterwards. So the main idea for these processes that we have been working on was to create a community, to gather the community, which was not functioning at the moment. And for that, we have started to work on different activities like summer camps, workshops where the companies provided examples of what they have to achieve. We have been working with other universities, like, for example, Taltech in Estonia, and we have exchanged experience. We have sent students in summer camps. They have been developing some workshops and projects in Moldova. For example, we had like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we have been through forensics course for the law enforcement specialists in Republic of Moldova, for example, police and prosecutors. We also had collaboration with military academy in Sibiu, where we have been doing a summer camp with my colleagues here. Helped the students with trainings in pen testing. They have been doing competitions, and we have been created this community, which, in our opinion, helps to have a better collaborative experience with cybersecurity. Can we move forward? As I said earlier, we the basic part of what we're doing is the community. But for that, we have to do education in a more applied form, hands-on laboratories, and to try to innovate, because in this way we can help the community to move forward. Sorry, can I have some water? Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous. Probably you can see that. It's the first time I'm speaking to an event like this in Romania. I'm more used to to do this in Moldova, where I know very well the whole community. We are basically friends over there. I'm coming back to what we are doing to help the students to become better specialists. Another part of what we're doing is to have the students breaking things. Let's put it this way. We because of thanks to our partners, we have access to pretty top-notch technologies like appliances, software, and we can have access to work with the newest technologies, and to have the students basically doing the experiencing the unknown of day-to-day process in a company. In this way, we help the companies to get rid of the internship most of the times. And this we're doing by having the companies working with the university in the laboratories, in everything we're doing. One example for that is that we had a team of students in one of our workshops to develop a cyber range platform. I don't know if everybody knows about cybersecurity. Cyber range is an online platform where the students can practice and experience and resolve challenges in cybersecurity. We have been doing this platform with the students because we wanted them to experience the process of the life cycle development of a product, to figure out how the bugs are produced, how the bugs are resolved, how they can resolve security challenges for what they are doing, DevOps, DevSecOps, and so on. So this is the kind of things that we are doing in CyberCore. Of course, we are an institute with the focus on also on helping companies to be aware of the cybersecurity threats. Therefore, we are doing quite a lot of workshops with public institutions and private companies for awareness in what is happening. And we are doing that with real life examples. For example, we have been doing one of the workshops in an energy company, and we have been showing them the kind of problems, the kind of vulnerabilities that usually their type of institution has, and how they can prevent, and what they have to do to prevent all of this. It was quite a successful workshop. People realized a lot of things, even if they heard about those problems, seeing them and realizing what it means to have the production of the institution stopped. It helped a lot. It's like, a child that until it gets his fingers burned, he doesn't learn the lesson. How much time do we have?
7 more minutes.
Okay. I don't know. It would help if you have questions, if you are interested in a specific topic. Is there anyone from the, I don't know, private sector around here? Okay, so
Personally, I saw someone. Come on, Bogdan.
Yeah, I'm from the private sector.
yeah, okay.
Ask something, please.
Sorry.
If you want to ask something, please.
If you realized about threats or things you need to do, and you think the academia will be able to help you, because that's what we're doing with companies in Moldova. We have been doing this research. The problem is, the main problem is that many companies realize that they have to do changes, they have to do things, but not so many of them, especially SMEs, cannot afford to implement them. And I am curious if how this thing is in Romania.
It's really important discussion, so I don't know. I try to keep it short. Please don't.
No, I think we can hear each other.
Okay. The thing is that we're trying to collaborate with universities in everything that's related to development, and not only development, also cybersecurity. That's why we're trying to make a stable partnership with universities. I think now the mindset of the universities is changing a bit, and they're trying to give back to the let's call it companies and the private sector. Until now, it was just the research, and the dissemination of the research was not really reaching the companies. But that's changing step by step, and that's the thing I really like. The SMEs don't realize, most of them don't realize the threats, and everything they're exposed to when they have their information online. Now, for me, it's a really big problem that SMEs are putting their private information and their client information into AI bots. And it's private information. The companies that, let's say, own the chatbots say they are GDPR compliant, but there are lawsuits in which private information has been available in the chatbots. Also, SMEs that use, most of them use their company email not from providers that actually offer good services, but they use their email from hosting providers, which are not really secure. The discussion is really broad when you're trying to convince SME owner that he has to make changes in order for his information to be private. But the problem is not not only with the owners, it's mostly with the employees. And I think the hardest step is to educate the employees that they have to do things another way that they were used to, and to implement. Basically, we have to constrain them, and constraint is not the easiest step to implement in a company. That's the short answer.
Yeah, thank you.
So I have one question. When you talk about the internship, how can student find more information about available internship opportunities?
Excuse me, I didn't hear very well the question.
Yeah, I'm getting through.
Okay, if I understood well, you were asking how the students can find details about the internship we're doing?
Yeah, internship with you. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, the institute is only 1 year old. We have been doing more piloting this year. So I am teaching at the Technical University of Moldova, and we got students in these internships from our classes. Probably next year we'll start to advertise this, but as we probably most of us know, the companies didn't really came to the universities to get help. It was necessary for us to go to them. So, for example, we had these trainings for the law enforcement, and we had to go to them and do some demos and some workshops in order to convince them that it's necessary for them to join our programs. So to answer to your question, we're still developing this advertising part of what we're doing.
Thank you.
As soon as they will be available, you will advertise them online.
Yeah, as soon as the community will understand the needs, because from our colleague earlier, I understand that the awareness is still necessary to help the SMEs.
That's it. The time is up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So I guess it's the time to move over to the next speaker. Mr. Kenneth, are you ready? I will share.
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready. And will you bring up the presentation?
Moment, please.
While we are waiting for the presentation, good morning, everyone. My name is Kenneth Lind. I work for RISE, research institutes of Sweden. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk about a project that we are very excited about. And I hope you hear me all right, everyone. So have you ever asked yourself how to systematically manage cyber risks in complex global networks or ecosystems? This is the question that we are trying to address in a project called CISOS, Cybersecurity Policy Options to Mitigate Risks in System of Systems. And system of systems are systems where individual actors decide to collaborate in order to achieve benefits that they cannot achieve on their own. And these are actors with existing systems already conducting tasks. So when joining in a system of system, they take on additional tasks that has to be balanced with their original tasks, so to speak. And of course, when you connect to each other in this type of system of systems, cyber risks occur. This is a research project spanning from June 2024 to November 2026 with 7 actors besides RISE. It's Port of Helsingborg, AFRY, a consultancy firm, Marine Benchmark, who is a provider of analytical services for the maritime sector, System Verification, who is a consultancy firm, University of Gothenburg, and Tallinn University of Technology. It's funded by Vinnova, Sweden's innovation agency. And what we are looking at is cyber risks in system of systems. And system of systems you find in a lot of sectors, but we are concentrating on the global supply chain industry. And for reasons that I will come back to. Down to the right, you see the main deliverables, the state-of-the-art report, cybersecurity framework document that I will show you a glimpse of, proof of concept implementations, and dissemination and training. So next slide, please. So CISOS is positioned in the intersection, as you can see to the right of this slide, the intersection of cybersecurity in system of systems that you find in global supply chain industry. And the key deliverable from the project is a framework, a cybersecurity framework. And with the framework, we mean guidelines, principles, policies, and practices developed to address and mitigate cybersecurity risks and vulnerabilities within SOS environments. I'm using SOS as an abbreviation for system of systems, just to be clear. Next slide, please. Here we have a glimpse of the framework, and this is work in progress. We have designed this framework based on literature studies and practitioner input from the community we are interacting with, and I will come back to this community. We have identified 8 aspects, as we call them, that we find important to address cyber threats in system of systems. And if I start to the left, orchestration and roles are important. In system of systems, you need to balance between the interests among the actors in the system of system. So orchestration is important. And as you can see, we have functional roles, we have cybersecurity specific roles, orchestration mechanisms, etc., just to name a few. The second aspect is risk resilience and cascading effects. Here we have risk assessment approaches, criticality analysis, cascading effects, which are important in system of systems. If one actor is affected by an incident, it might cascade inside the system of system. Disaster recovery planning is also a sub-aspect in this part. Moving on to the third one, governance and policy. So here we have policy harmonization, legal and regulatory compliance, contractual agreements among the actors, etc. The fourth aspect is secure data sharing and trust. And here we have CIANN, which is the CIA triad from information security, but we also add authenticity and non-repudiation to that. Secure data exchange mechanisms, trust models are also part of this aspect. Now, the fifth aspect, architecture and technology. Here we have, as you might expect, identity and access management, encryption, key management, API and interface security, segmentation, etc. Next aspect, quality assurance. Here we have DevSecOps practices, quality assurance, both preventive and corrective, simulation, scenario testing, just to name a few. Standards and frameworks I should mention as well. Monitoring and improvement, monitoring and detection, incident response coordination. And finally, the eighth aspect is collaboration and interoperability. Technical standards, threat intelligence sharing, training and education, a shared situational awareness about the current cybersecurity level within the system. And this is an example where we have dependencies between different aspects within the framework, because monitoring and detection is the mechanism for building up the shared situational awareness. And we have several connections between different aspects in the framework. Legal and organizational enablers, etc., cultural enablers. So we are concentrating or covering both technical parts and socio-technical parts, so to speak, and cultural parts. And in this type of system of systems, a new actor decides to join the system of system, more or less, or voluntarily, I should say. So trust is really important within the system of system, both from the start and while preserving the system of system. As I said, we designed this based on literature studies and practitioner input from our community, but it's still to be regarded as a theoretical construct. So how do we ensure practical relevance and feasibility? So let's move on to next slide, please. So one of the challenges when conducting research for system of systems is that it actually takes time to create a system of system. But for CISOs, we are using the fact that RISE, together with 3 other institutes, national institutes, VTT in Finland, Paltech in Estonia, and A-STAR in Singapore, we are coordinating a system of system concentrated on improved visibility in global supply chains and also improved disruption management capabilities. So down to the right, you see we are currently 63 partners with transport buyers, transport operators, terminal operators, technology providers, authorities are represented in the system of system. And in terms of global footprint, we have Fujitsu in Japan in the east, and we have Rombi in California to the west. So it's quite a global footprint of this. And when it comes to regulation, this of course is a challenge because you have European regulations, you have North American regulations, and Asian regulations. So this becomes a challenge when it comes to cybersecurity, for instance. So how can we test the framework? Well, in Virtual Watchtower, which is the name of the system of system, we are developing and also operating a digital infrastructure where the transport nodes, the transport carriers that are participating in a global transport, connect and share information about the progress of the transport. So you see a schematic physical transport at the top of the slide, and you see down to the left the system of system where the cargo owner, the transport carriers, the transport nodes, and the end customer connect their IT systems together to share information. And this is where we will test the framework and making sure that it's feasible and practically relevant. So next slide, please. How are we doing in terms of time? Do I still have a minute? Yeah, I will take this slide and then I'm done. So opportunities and impact from this project. Well, we see that cybersecurity concerns are high on the agenda for both the CISO's project partners and also the members of the Virtual Watchtower community. So raising the resilience of the transport sector against cyber attacks through global supply chain industry, that is what we are aiming at, and we see opportunities for that. CISO's deliverables are validated and tested in operational supply chain environment, as I showed you in the BWT digital infrastructure. And this gives opportunities for raising the relevance and feasibility for system of systems also in other sectors. And in this type of global communities, the main interaction between partners is performed through coordination in Teams meetings, online living labs, etc., due to the global footprint of the community. And this is a way of spreading positive impact for both the Swedish industry, European industry, and beyond into the world. So those are some of the results and opportunities we see with this project. So thanks a lot, and I'm happy to take any questions from anyone.
I have a quick question from your experience in System of Systems and your CISO's project. Could it be possible to let us know what are the cybersecurity domains where the student should especially concentrate, particularly for the hands-on experience? For example, would the incident response coordination would be a good area, or could you give the name of few domains?
I think that is one area. Another area is, I think, one of the specific challenges with system of systems where you add existing systems, and it's quite a dynamic setup of the different types of systems that are actually connected at a certain time. So sometimes you have emergent behavior in a system of system, and of course this is very hard to predict, and this is why cascading effects is a high concern. Still trying to predict and perhaps use simulations to aid in predicting cascading effects, and also try to predict emergent behavior within the system of systems. So this is partly connected to cybersecurity, but a consequence of the nature of system of systems.
Okay, my question will be more practical one, because usually when we are trying to convince, I don't know, some kind of a company and so on, like you do not need to create a new system, you can integrate and so on. And usually there are some kind of a risks like, yeah, I'm dependent on this one and so on. And the most convincing argument is, what is the price? Because, for example, if I have system of systems, automatically I'm thinking maybe I need a backup. Like if this one won't work, I will need this one and so on. So did you in your project did some kind of analysis how it would affect the risk management, how it would be associated to money, how to convince company to choose one mitigation or another mitigation action, or when to choose using system of system, and when to concentrate just on monolith or something like this?
This is a very good point you're bringing up, and since when a new actor makes the decision of joining or not joining, there are cons, of course, in terms of better visibility. In our case that we are studying, let's take a port, for instance, which has incoming transports. Of course, it's good to know about the progress before the ship arrives at the port. Delays are occurring a lot due to storms, due to strikes in other ports, due to even pirates, Houthi rebels, as you maybe have heard of. So delays occur, and while deciding to connect to a system like this, there are cons, but there are also risks, of course. So what we are doing is that we are the thing that we will work on right now is to implement the onboarding process. An onboarding process will be the supporting, making sure or supporting the new actor in making this decision. Do we want to join or not? So this is a combination probably of audits of the new actor, spreading the information about the current actors in the system of system, and making sure or communicating to what level they are complying to the standards that are put forward. So this is a way of, and of course there are some costs also for joining. But this is part of the onboarding process that we are currently implementing as a proof of concept on the framework. So I don't know, did it address your question in some way, Simona?
Yeah. And also one of the risks when you were mentioning about delays, even air balloons are affecting the delays in Lithuania. So different factors, you never know.
Yeah.
So we have one more question. Yeah.
I had a few questions, but I'll focus on maybe 2 or 3. First one, is the framework addressing the generic system of system, or do we have kind of profile, maritime, transport, healthcare? And the next question was, what happens at the end of the project how the framework will be evolving to cope with the new regulation, the new cyber threats? Thank you.
Thank you. So first question, are we addressing specific transport modes or all of them? We are actually addressing multimodal transports. So even though I mentioned maritime, we are also addressing land-based transports by rail and road. In the virtual watchtower community, we don't have so much air cargo yet. So that will be remaining work, probably the specifics regarding air cargo and cybersecurity issues connected to that, if there are any. We don't know that yet. That was first question. Second question, if I remember correctly, okay, what happens after November 2026? Yes, Virtual Watchtower is up and running. It's a program. It's operational. Cybersecurity issues will remain. So either there will be a step 2 continuation of the CISO's project, or we continue working on the framework as part of Virtual Watchtower. So CISOs is the starting point. It will not stop there. We will not be able to address all the issues in 2-year time span. So,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kenneth. With your kind permission, we would like to move to the next keynote speaker, who is Mr. Sebastian Schumi. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. So he'll be focusing more on the Athena cyber resilience of critical infrastructure in water sector. So over to Sebastian.
Yes, thank you, and good morning. I will share my screen so we have the presentation. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Great. Okay, yeah, so thank you. So my name is Sebastian Schumi. I'm a senior cybersecurity advisor from Rijkswaterstaat. And Rijkswaterstaat is a Dutch governmental agency who is responsible for critical infrastructure in the whole of the country. So I'm going to present about the Athena project. Yeah, so the origin of the project of Athena, it goes back like 3-4 years ago. At Rijkswaterstaat, we saw that, of course, different measures to cope with cybersecurity attacks or vulnerabilities. Of course, we have a lot of technical measures, but we do also need to think about the humans, the people who are working with critical infrastructure, that they have the appropriate training. And that's why we came up with the idea of creating Athena. And as you can see on the screen, as I mentioned, Rijkswaterstaat is responsible for maintaining the main highways and the waterways, and also for water management in the whole of the country. So that's a big responsibility, which creates a high risk profile. So we need to do everything in our well, what we can offer, of course, in the domain of cybersecurity. And this is not only in our country, of course. In other EU countries, this is the same, because it is critical infrastructure. Some water-related figures for the Dutch part. Then we maintain 6 storm surge barriers, 10 dams, a lot of drainage and pumping stations, locks from all sizes, for big ships from sea till smaller ones. Movable bridges, and we have also 12 maritime traffic centers. Those are only the water related, and I'm keeping out the road figures because Athena mainly focus on the water sector. So why did we create Athena? What we see is that within cybersecurity awareness programs and training, it's more focused on the IT part. And well, as you might know, that we have to deal with the operational technology or industrial automation. So that's why we thought of, okay, we need to create training, but focus on OT and not so much on IT. And what we also see, of course, is that digitalization comes with well, great new opportunities. For example, um, uh, moving the logs from a distance or maintaining a barrier from another part of the country, which has great benefits, but also comes with great risks. And these are only a few of them. So this is not all, of course. So supply chain attacks, phishing, um, availability from OT, that's most important, of course. Safety is the most important part of operational technology. But what if an object like a sluice or a dam gets attacked? Then it could result in catastrophic major consequences. And also what we also have to comply to is the NIS2 regulation. Training is an important part of the NIS2 regulation. So that's what Athena also supports. So our ambition from Athena is to create innovative training, but not only an e-learning or something like that. We want to have an immersive training with actionable things that you can do as a student. Develop it for the whole of the EU, so not only for one country, so that we have an uniform training for all in the water sector all over the EU. So we create risk awareness and an action perspective training based on scientific methods. So it's not just like we create training and good luck with it. No, it's based on scientific research. And of course, attractive by the use of a combination of e-learning, but also tabletops, virtual reality, that will make it more appealing and attractive to do this training. On the pictures, you see a couple of examples, of course, what we have seen. There are a lot more, and maybe there is even more that we do not hear of, but these are two, main events that came up in the media a few years ago, a dam that was attacked in the US, and earlier this year, the dam in Norway that you might heard of. So the Athena project consists of 9 partners. Rijkswaterstaat is the leading partner, and together with het Waterschapshuis, who is responsible also for water management in our country, we work together. And the Flemish Waterways is part of Belgium, of course, who is also responsible for maintaining their waterways and have also important objects. Like logs, for example. We have also 3 academic partners in our consortium. The Oswald University in Norway, Alpstad, Sigmaringen in Germany, and also Teltech from Estonia. And they bring in the scientific strength and muscles in our project. So we are really happy that they are with us in this project. We have 2 partners from Luxembourg, that's LIST and Virtual Rangers. Virtual Rangers are the developers for the virtual reality. The last partner is W Smart. It's an NGO based in France, and they are experienced in giving training in crisis situations in the water sector. They have a really interesting story because they were created after the 9/11 attacks in New York, which resulted, of course, with the Twin Towers and what the impact has had on the water systems. You can imagine that there are multiple crisis situations afterwards. The last one that we might remember is the blackout in Spain and Portugal and they helped also the water sector in those countries after the power outage. We also have an advisory board, which I will not go into detail too much, but they consist of Dutch organizations and also Suez, who is a wastewater company in multiple countries in the world. So the Athena scope and budget, we started in September 2023, and we have 1 year to go. So this is an important last year for us, of course, because we need to develop all training that we have in scope within the last year, with a budget with more than 3 million co-funded by the Digital Europe program. So this training is primarily focused on the OT operator and leadership. So the people who are really on the objects, who really work on with the logs, with the drinking water, wastewater infrastructure. So it's primarily for them. We will not make cybersecurity experts from them, but just enough that they need to have this knowledge when they are under attack or when they see a vulnerability. So these trainings are focused on risk awareness and incident response. And we focus on prevention, mitigation, and detection of probable cyber attacks. The structure is also on this slide. I will not go into this in detail, but as you can see, it consists of 6 work packages. And the development of this training we do on an agile way. So we work in sprints also. So as I mentioned, the training, we work also together with the people from the operators and the leadership within multiple organizations. So not only in the Netherlands, but we also have good company of water companies in France, in Portugal, in Estonia, in Luxembourg. So we really work together and we demo what we have and we ask them, is this what you could expect from a training? Do you see the benefit of the training? So we do this in co-creation with the operators. And we focus on role-based. So we have multiple modules, and some modules are specifically for operators, but we also have modules for leadership. And as I mentioned, it's action-oriented. On the slide, you see a screenshot of one of the virtual reality demo training that we already have. So creating an immersive and attractive training by doing realistic simulations, for example, in VR, you can live a cyber attack without the results in real life, of course. So then you get the experience of, being under attack. So we do not only speak of awareness, but we also speak of engagement. By doing this actionable training, we intend to create the engagement with the people, with the operators, once they are under attack. And it's also scalable. So although we focus on the water sector, the risks and the vulnerabilities are not only water related. So for example, we also already have the connections with the energy sector, or also the maritime sector, because they also see the same vulnerabilities, the same risks as we see in the water sector. And with VR, you can also have some performance metrics. You can do the training once, but you can also do it multiple times and see if you can increase in results, if you get better. So this training is obviously based on the human factors. With training and exercise, we intend to strengthen the competencies of the operators. So by using certain frameworks, also the frameworks that are already existing, for example, the Portuguese cybersecurity framework, but we also take a look at the framework from ENISA, and the NICE framework is from the NIST in the US. And we look at these frameworks and we do see, for example, the ENISA framework, it's really IT focused. So what we do have is we take some of the competencies that we also see in the OT sector, and we add the OT competencies also. And so we create our own Athena competency framework, which we will also present to ENISA at a certain time. Once the operators see that they are increasing their competencies on this, for example, detecting cyber attack, we believe that they also believe in themselves in having this skills and abilities. And also the important part is that leadership also has to support the people who are working on these with objects or with critical infrastructure. So building it with training and experience, it should result in that people take action. So they do not only see something happening and do not act, but they do act because they have the skills and the experience now of being under attack. And we also hope that they do not hide, that they say it's not my responsibility. We have people from the Security Operations Center. They will fix it. No, it's up to them also to, once they see something, that they act on it. So as I mentioned, we have in the consortium 3 universities. They help us with the Athena project on doing the scientific research, which is of course a very important part of the scoping part of the project, and getting to know the operators, the world of the operators. And in return, we help them also. So by having this platform with Athena, the PhDs and the postdocs in our project can also use Athena for their research. And we strengthen each other with the combination of they doing their research on their part and helping us. So within Athena, we do not only create training, we also look at, okay, the training that we offer in Athena, does it really help within OT cybersecurity? By the use of virtual reality, looking at digital twin, does it really help and increase the capability of the operators? And also looking at the effect of training technique like capture the flag, and also the influence of a virtual assistant within a training. So for example, we have one scenario, one without virtual assistant and one with virtual assistant. And do the students learn better with virtual assistant or without? So that's kind of like a comparison. These last two scientific research, we work together with the students from Teltech. So at the end of the project, we intend to have this training program. So we have a learning platform, and this learning platform will be available for all water-related companies within the whole of the EU. For those who are more on having experience in learning platforms, it is based on Moodle, and it will be available by a URL that we are going to create also. We have 2 main tracks. So risk awareness track, which will consist of an e-learning module and a VR module. An incident response track, which also consists of VR and tabletops, because we have obviously a lot of water-related organizations in the whole of the EU. So, but not all organizations work at the same as regarding to cybersecurity or crisis management. So by the use of tabletop, you can adjust it to your processes, adjust it to your ways of working with coping with cybersecurity incidents. So as you can see, 3 modules related to incident response. And we also have webinars. We already have 6 webinars. Well, I should say 5 webinars, because later today on 12 o'clock Central European time, we have our 6th webinar that will be live, and if you have the time, you are very welcome to join us. But we will have more webinars also, and they will also be made available on this learning platform. So here's more kind of like a timeline. So the e-learning we already have, the first virtual reality demo we already have. We are expecting the second virtual reality scenario within the next couple of weeks. And at the start of the next year, we will work on the last 2 scenarios. And as I mentioned, the webinars, the first 6 are almost all available already. We also put them on YouTube, so you can, of course, see them on demand whenever you like. By the way, also an very important part, because it's European-wide, we also look at the languages, of course. So we do create this training in multiple languages. So think of Dutch, German, French, English, Portuguese, and we're also looking into Spanish and Italian, because those are, well, big languages, of course. And we have the opportunity also, if there are more languages needed, that we can translate this training also in other languages. So going forward, as I mentioned, we have 1 year to go. So we obviously work on getting these trainings ready. And we organize pilots also, of course, because we want to know if the training fits, what can be expected. And not only I do these pilots, but within the partnership, the consortium of Athena, of course. So if you would like to have a training or pilot training, then it might be possible if myself or a partner who is in the neighborhood could organize a pilot for you, of course. And it's also interesting for other OT sectors, as I mentioned. So we already have the contacts with energy, maritime, but there are a lot more OT related domains. And of course, dissemination within the EU. So we will also be at conferences, seminars, and workshops like these. So I would also thank the Merit project for this opportunity to present Athena. And that's it from my side. The QR code, if you want to follow the Athena project, scan the QR code. It's 100% safe, and it will link you to our LinkedIn page, and you can follow the project. So thank you very much. If there are any questions.
Yes, probably we can ask questions. I would like to ask the people that are on site if they have questions, and afterwards we will allow the online, because for the previous presentation you took all the time on the online. So I would like first. Okay, we already have a question, which is great.
Thank you. So I do have a question. How do the incident response work in the VR environment? Are operators and leaders placed in the same shared environment, or are they trained separately? And how are updates to the tabletop delivered? So do you provide the updates inside the VR, or do they get their updates from the tabletop exercise? Thank you.
As I understand, you have the questions about the VR and if they are how results from the training are made available.
More like how it would work. How do you design it?
Yeah. Okay. So we have this Moodle platform as as a center system of the learning platform. And it's connected with the VR. So also the VR results will be communicated with the Moodle platform. The software of the VR you need to download. And I will also mention that the trainings are free of use, of course, but you do need to have your own goggles. So that will be the only cost that you have. And the software will be made available through the platform. You can install it very easily on the VR goggles, and you can connect it with the Moodle platform, and then you can use it. The training is, well, mainly for operators, but there are certain exercises that you need to do with leadership. So one of the last modules, I don't know if you can recall this, it is also about the communication between leadership and operators. So something is happening, you need to deal with it, but how do you communicate with leadership? So that's also integrated in one of the exercises. I hope that answers your question.
Do we have additional questions from on-site? If not, I will allow the online to go and ask the questions. Please, Umberto, you are first this time. We can hear you. You are muted.
Sorry. So thanks, Christina and Sebastian, for the presentation. My first question was about keeping up with Athena. So we follow LinkedIn, and there will be published this URL for the learning platform, or the courses will be available also elsewhere, such as the digital skill and job platform, for instance.
So your question is about how do we publish the URL link and so on?
How can we access, the current webinars, the platform per se?
Okay. So we are at this moment, we are now in the development phase of also the learning platform. So the URL is not available yet, but will be made available within, I expect it to be available within the start of next year. And then we will publish, of course, the URL throughout our LinkedIn page, but also the water sector, of course, and we hope that it will spread across the EU to make it be available for them.
Perfect. Then just another question was about what do you see as the worst threat, the human factor, ransomware? Because I can already imagine control rooms full of a post-it on each monitor. So
Yes, yeah. No, the human factor, I think, is
most.
the most, yeah. And not only intentional, but also everybody makes mistakes. And so we also see vulnerabilities that are not intentional, but they do happen. And well, you have to be aware of those things also.
Okay. And finally, will courses be free, open source, or there will be a lot sort of licensing? And with this, and
Yeah. No, they will be free for use. They will not be open source like where other organizations can add training or something. But they will be free and free for
ready to use. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
My question is a little bit related to the first and third question of Umberto, because usually what we are facing, we create a course, if the course is very good, but no one is registering to it. How you will engage everyone, like join the course? It's very useful for you, because sometimes it's an issue.
Yes, it is. And I think, well, what we can do is only spread the word and go to the target audience and present and talk about the project. And in the end, it's up to the organizations themselves is if they want to spend time and also let the people who are working as operator, let them have the time to do this training. So if an organization finds cybersecurity one of their top priorities, which should be because it's critical infrastructure, they need to do this training. So for one example, yesterday I was at a meeting with all drinking water companies from our country. So that's an example of me presenting it in my country, but I also see that other partners in other countries also have these presentations at conferences, meetings. So I hope that there will be enough, and yeah, we will see. But I do know where your question is going to, because also after the project, we need to maintain this Athena be on top of the agendas. Thank you.
We have one additional question from Mr. Marius, so I will ask him to share this question.
I have a curiosity. Does the platform offer a way of, I don't know, testing the know-how achieved by training and sort of, I know, competitions or things like that?
Yes, they do. So we are not only giving lectures, or we're not only having these webinars, but it will be made interactive. So you do get some questions. You do get where we can measure your knowledge, and at the end, hopefully, you will succeed and have a certificate. So yes, it will be. We will make it interactive with questions and so on. Yeah.
And is there a way to organize competitions, for example?
Of course, if you can keep score. So if you have if you're very competitive, you can do it with a team or with a group of operators, or yeah, of course.
Got it. So it's not in a, let's say, CTF style. It's only by measuring the achievements during the training.
Yes, that's correct. That's
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do we have additional questions related to this presentation? No? Okay, in this case, I guess we can invite Miss Ioana Călărașu. So we started with the keynote speaker and we are ending with a keynote speaker, which is great. Can you hear us? See if she can hear us. If not, I will try to contact her. We can't hear you. Right now I'm looking at you, but I can't hear you. So I don't know what is going on. Maybe if you switch the sources for the microphones. Technical problems, sorry for this. So we are trying to fix them right now. Okay, so it doesn't work. I will call you and you will speak through my phone. And if you can start with share screen with the share screen.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So Ioana will come at my office and she will speak from here. So 2 minutes to allow her to come to my office. 2 minutes if you can allow us.
Sure, we can take a 3 minutes break, no worries.
I will share the presentation also.
Yes, Umberto.
Maybe, Cristina, in the meantime, we can chit chat with Sebastian and ask him what.
Please ask him questions if
yeah, what was particularly.
So please take full advantage of having Sebastian here and ask him more questions.
Absolutely, because we are now in Merit facing the issue of translating courses. So you mentioned that the activities you developed so far are translated in different languages, also Italian. How did you approach this?
Oh.
So your question is related to the languages. Yeah, we do want to make use of official language bureau, if I can.
Yeah, do you translate subtitle, translate language via these AI models, or
yeah?
How do you approach this?
The e-learning can be translated, of course, as because you need to read. So for e-learning, it's quite simple. For virtual reality, we make use of partially AI because the voice, of course, but we do want to make sure that we use the right words.
So, sorry, can you see the screen? Can you all see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so after that, you can start.
Okay. Sorry, Sebastian, please continue.
Oh, yeah. So, but for the webinars, it will be more like subtitles, I think, because voiceovers are not always the best, I think. So it will be a combination.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I can guess, Miss Ivana, if you are ready, you can start with the presentation.
Hello everyone. Sorry for a bit late for the interruption. It was a long road from Iași to Bucharest, or from Bucharest to Iași, but it's good to be here with you and to share with you our founding opportunities and NCC Romania initiative for alignment with the Cyber Resilience Act and NIS2 directive. I'm very happy to be here at Merit International Industry Engagement Workshop on Cybersecurity. As already know, my name is Ioana Călărașu and I'm head of department at NCC Romania. So today we stand at the front line of a digital world that's growing faster, smarter, and unfortunately riskier every day. Cybersecurity is no longer a technical issue. It's the strategic priority that affects businesses, government, and society at large. I am excited to share my insights today, but even more excited to learn from all of you as we explore how to protect and empower our digital world together. Part of my work is to present and facilitate European-level financing opportunities in cybersecurity, helping SMEs and organizations transform this idea into scalable, impactful solution. By connecting industry expertise with founding, we accelerate the development of technologies that make our digital world safer and more resilient. So, let me tell you who we are. From July 2024, the Romanian Authority for Digitalization, to the intermediate body for the promotion of the informational society, has been designed as the new National Coordination Center for Romania. In 2004, intermediate body for the promotion of the informational society established to manage EU funds dedicated to IT and C6 sector, including cybersecurity. We provide support to companies and public authorities in financing and implementation of projects. As history showed us, across key European founding programs, support for IT and cybersecurity projects is growing every day, from program to program. NCC Romania is now part of a new European management framework, which includes the European Cybersecurity Competence Center and a national coordination and 29 national coordination centers from all over Europe, from all member states, almost. Our partners are SMEs, the core beneficiary of cybersecurity initiative, public sector, academia, and industry. In Romania, our main issue is to strengthen Romania's industrial competitiveness by transforming digital security into a strategic advantage for all sectors. We connect the public and private sectors with the Digital Europe and Horizon Europe programs, emphasizing innovation, founding, and technology transfer. We empower SMEs and institutions with tailored projects, digital tools, and awareness initiatives to enhance their resilience and growth. At this moment, NCC Romania is partnering in 3 European projects at the European level and has its own project dedicated to SMEs from Romania. The main purpose is strengthening the capacity of the National Coordination Center and building national resilience through NCC projects. And this project is, of course, funded by the European Union through Digital Europe program. The main objective is to support and expand NCC Romania capabilities to build cybersecurity capacity at national, regional, and local level, with a strong focus on SMEs adopting state-of-the-art solutions. With a budget of 4 million euros, Cascade funding for SMEs, we will have, I think, 2 calls. The first one will be in September next year. And our main beneficiary will be SMEs, where they will have a co-financing of 50% and grants between 60 and 100,000 euro. The main purpose is helping SMEs to align with Europe network and information security requirements, providing guidance for the upcoming regulatory framework compliance, and increasing Romanian business competitiveness through secure digital products. One very important step for us is building the cybersecurity community in Romania. So I want to tell you everyone to accede to our community, because it's for startup, for public, for academia, field experts. When we will have calls, we will organize meetings, workshops, practical cybersecurity measures. We will have a community knowledge sharing, and we want to have one of the most important things is cross-sector partnership. At the European level, at a national or regional level, we have a partnership with our edicts, with those 7 edicts from Romania, and together with associations from Romania, we're fostering a cybersecurity culture in the private sector and among the general public through commonly agreed initiative. The first project at the European level where Romania is partner is a Secure project. The initiative is part of the Digital Europe program and is dedicated to cybersecurity. Of course, it's managed by European Cybersecurity Competence Center. From the consortium are Austria, Belgium, Italy, Spain, Poland, Luxembourg. The project focuses on strengthening the cybersecurity capabilities of Europe SMEs in line with the requirement of Cyber Resilience Act. The project has 22 million euros. It's 50% co-financing. But what I wanted to tell you is that in addition with financial support, the project will deliver a set of complementary actions. It will develop a digital platform that will act as a central access point on open calls and as a shared repository for Cyber Resilience Act related tools, resources, and training materials, supporting a consistent and practical approach to cybersecurity resilience across Europe. Also, Secure will promote awareness and capacity building through workshop, training session, and events designed to share the best practices and foster engagement among the SME community. Furthermore, the project will contribute to standardization efforts, drawing on the practical needs and expertise of SMEs to support the development of harmonized standards and the effective implementation of the Cyber Resilience Act. Over the course of the project, Secure will have a launch of series of open calls to which Cascade funding will be distributed to SME across European Union. The second project at the European level that I wanted to tell you about is Crazy. It's an EU-funded initiative with a total of 3 million budget euro. Of course, it has the same purpose as Secure, to complying with the Cybersecurity Act. It will develop tools and methods to simplify compliance. Crazy aims to strengthen cybersecurity across Europe, providing tools to simplify compliance and support secure development and documentation management for SME. Also, it will provide practical solution, including checklists for self-assessment tools, testing and vulnerability analysis software, guidance for compliance documentation, and self-attestation. Crazy makes compliance affordable and accessible. The last project where Romania is partner at the European level is KISDE project. This project supports member state in strengthening the cyber maturity and resilience of essential service operators and SMEs. Through open calls, they develop meta, scenario, and case studies to meet NIS2 directive requirements. The first call was in 2024, ended in December, and invited up to 20 specialized organizations to perform at least 200 penetrational tests and vulnerability assessment. Open Call 2 was this year from January to April. They offered 200,000 euro funding in the mentoring for penetration test organization. So in this moment, 10 specialists are currently supported to perform over 100 tests, aiming to assess and improve critical infrastructure while collaborating with operators and implement tailored security solution under the NIS2 directive. The last call, I think, I don't know for sure if it will be the last call, but the third call will be launched next year in January. Almost 20 applicants will be selected. We will have a co-financing of 50% and a grant on maximum 1,000 euro. For example, if a project costs 400,000 euro, you could receive 2,000 grants. The eligibility guide will be published also in January. So the consortium will verify the eligibility of the applicants, and the grant agreement will be signed after the selection process. The publication, evaluation, and grant agreement. Also very important for those who are interested. It will be a meeting between Spain and NCC Romania, a webinar dedicated to free penetration testing scenario from KISDE project. You have here the links. And I want to thank you. I'm sorry that I'm not there at Iași with the others, but I hope I gave you some useful information about financing at the European level dedicated to cybersecurity. And I hope to see you again, I don't know, maybe in our cybersecurity community. If you have any questions or if you want to contact me, you can use the QR code, or maybe Christina will give you my contacts.
Sure. Do we have questions from the on-site or the online? Okay, so I have a question.
So it was mentioned that everybody support a risk assessment and pen testing, but I would like to ask if in the budget is included the programs and the solutions that are found, the implementation for SMEs.
I heard something about the budget. Maybe Christina, can you help me with the question again about the budget and something about implementation?
The question is related if the budget includes the buying of certain certain, I don't know,
Solutions.
the solution, the implementation solution, or is just the budget just includes the penetration tests and the risk assessment?
In this moment, KIS, they financed only the penetration test.
No.
Okay.
I have a question. Can an individual institute participate in the project call, or it would be a consortium?
The beneficiary are SMEs, and the beneficiary are SMEs, but I know that, and I think public administrations.
Okay.
So organizations, SMEs and public.
Yes, I want to put the QR codes for the project so you can access them. Just a second. Okay, like this. I think it's an important slide for you because on their website you can find out more information, and also if you access our website and you will have access to newsletter, you will find out about every project, when will be the guideline available, when is the open call available, the eligibility criteria for the open call 3. For example, we don't know yet what will be the eligibility criteria, but to offer some information for the person who asked me about the implementation and the budget, I want to tell you something. For the SMEs from Romania, we don't have yet the guideline, because we are expected that our member from cybersecurity community bring their insight, their needs, and after that we will make the guide tailored to their needs. So my advice is, if you need financing, to be aware to the things that we are published all the time on our website, and when we'll have some networking, some meetings regarding the next call in September, to bring in your needs, your suggestion, because there we will find the one who needs solution and the one who offers them.
Yeah, thank you.
Other questions? So this is a huge opportunity for the SMEs, because basically under a way or another, everyone will be impacted by the NIS and Cybersecurity Act. And the NCC basically is doing what they can to provide financing to help you to implement and to be covered from these two main things. Just as a sum.
For Romania market, we have 4 million euros. They can be used exactly for what SMEs from Romania needs.
Just as a summary, there are, of course, just for the international context, there are other projects in other countries. So basically, each country needs to do like a screening and see what are the projects that apply to each country. And after that, you could access funds from the project. So what NCC is doing for Romania, there are other organizations that are doing the same thing for other countries, just to keep the international context. If you have additional questions, now I'm moving to our local, to national level. If you have questions, we will be in touch with Miss Ioana, and we will keep you updated related to all the opportunities that NCC has for the SMEs. So we will keep in touch and we will inform you. No worries related to this. I just want to have a last call for additional questions, maybe not just for Ms. Ioana, but to the other speakers as well. So this is your last chance to address questions on site, online. Okay, I guess this is a no.
Maybe,
So, please,
Christina,
Umberto.
just because we have some extra time, I had a
Please.
question for Kenneth that went away, but there should be another one, right? About CISOs.
So for CISOs, Kenneth had to leave, but his colleague Vanessa, and there is someone else from Taltech, probably Robert, if I remember correctly. It's still with us.
Yeah, it was more of a curiosity. So given the things that you find in system of systems, so multiple actors, multiple domains, how do you manage responsibility for security, which is the ultimate responsible for the security and monitoring of a system of systems?
Please, Vanessa, you respond in the chat. Okay, I'll read for you. So we need a moment to get the answer. So Vanessa is telling us that basically it is essentially it's a shared responsibility between actors through collaboration between them.
So there is no ultimate accountable entity which takes responsibility in good or bad situation. Okay.
Okay, so she just confirmed. I'm just speaking for the on-site participants. Other questions? Okay. If not, I will take a moment to thank you all for spending your Friday morning with us. It has been a pleasure to see you here and to meet you. I'm hoping that in the lunch break we can network a little bit more. From the Merit Project side, I just want to let you know that we have multiple opportunities that you could take advantage of. So this is just one of the workshops that we organize during the year. This is the third one. Usually we have workshops on AI, cybersecurity, and IoT. So the next year we will have 3 additional workshops that you could attend to if you are interested in these topics. Also, we have short-term courses for students, for experts, for SMEs. So usually the project announces when we have them and you could join them. We are very open to work with SMEs and with universities and basically with organizations that want to support the improvement of master study programs and short-term courses. So the Merit Project, what it does, it has created 5 master study programs, and it has a number of short-term courses. And we are counting on the industry and on our academic partners to improve them and to align them to the market needs. So if you are an SME and you are willing to collaborate with the Merit Project, just write me and I will be very happy to answer to you. All the emails that you received, reminders where we had a small typo there, are from me. So please feel free to write me and I will do my best to connect you with the partners that are relevant to you and to see how we can create a win-win situation. This being said, thank you very much for being here with us today. I will thank you to the online participants as well. It's been a pleasure. We will end the online session now, and for the on-site session, it's lunch break. So we still have to network and enjoy the break that comes. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Have a
nice
nice week.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.